Welcome back for another video. Today we play for the round 5 of the Lemon Amiga competition. We play Super Skidmarks. This game was developed by Acid Software on 1995. So I'm gonna show in this video the gameplay with Rippy, and I will start from track 1 and we are gonna do all the different tracks until the track 6. We are gonna use the word TrackA, track for the first one. So we are gonna start now with track A. I have to say that this game introduced very innovative concept. For example, you could play with a friend by connecting your Amiga with another one, and he had fantastic multiplayer mode. I think you could even play 8 players simultaneously on the same screen. There is a high-res mode which shows the entire screen, the entire track on the screen. So this allows multiple players to see the entire screen. Because unfortunately with this view you don't see the entire screen. So with 2-player mode you need to connect 2 computers on the using a modem, basically using the internet. But at that time was a very innovative, because now the concept of playing online with friends is very common if you think about Brawl Stars and things like that. But at that time in 1995 was definitely something very, very advanced for that time. So the main reason this game is called Skidmarks, because you can see when the car brakes, the wheel touch the asphalt and it leaves skid marks on the track. As you can see, because I played now this track already quite a few times, you can see now that the road is quite distressed because there is a lot already happening on the surface. You can see that the arrows are not semi-visible because they are consumed by the wheels when you brake and you touch the asphalt, so leaves these marks on the road. This was something that they did a big effort on when they built this game. So the entire bitmap of the game basically is stored into the game, and you have to keep track of where the cars basically consume the road. And you can say the word is basically marking. The mark of the wheel is left on the road. But this obviously takes a very huge effort because the game is dynamic. As you drive, you get used to this stuff. I think here I did a mistake. I love the viewing. This is a special view which is called an isometric view. An isometric view is a 3D representation of object on a 2D surface. So now you can see that it looks like 3D, but it's actually 2D. I love this view because this is not the classic overhead view, but you can see that it's isometric. It looks almost 3D. You can also see the surface where you have hills, you have holes, then you have the surface is like it has got a very difficult shape, even though the track is very small, but you have to use different strategy depending on the surface. In this particular one, this is my best run. I think I'm gonna do 38.4 seconds, and my score is gonna be 384 plus 92 plus 100 according to the Lemon Amiga competition formula. Please join me on the competition. We are now playing the round 4. Sorry, the round 5 of the Lemon Amiga competition, and hopefully with this score improvement I should increase my score by approximately 180 points. Not sure if it would be enough for me to guarantee the 3rd place, which will be a bronze medal, but to be honest, I don't care. The most important is to enjoy the game and do some progress and learning. As you can see now, the road is quite clean. You don't see a lot of skid marks because I think this was my first attempt. See, but it's very interesting. You see, you leave these dots, this sign on the road, because you can see that the car passed and left all these skid marks. That's why the game is called Super Skid Marks. As you can see now, I'm not doing extremely well at the moment. In this game, it's all about bumping other cars and learn how to get control of the car when you are pushed by other cars. It's all about that. It's not easy because they made the track deliberately small because they want you to master how to bash against other cars and try to send opponents to the walls. But obviously, because now I'm just learning this game, it's not very easy when you bump against other cars. They do the same. They try to bump you out of the line, especially on the corner. You need to stay on a specific line. If you go out of that ideal line, you are literally losing. So, but that's what they do. They push you out of the line, and unfortunately I was pushed and I couldn't manage to even reach the top 6. I mean, I'm last again, but it's part of the game. You do mistakes and you learn. Unfortunately, they bash you against you when they force you. The ideal is to have a perfect start, and then you just keep going and you just leave them behind so that they will not be able to hit you. It's the only way to beat this Rippy, because Rippy is super fast. Obviously, it's all theory when we are talking about pushing cars towards the wall, because they do the same to you. The ideal is to just run as quickly as you can and try to avoid them at all cost by minimizing the errors. So here I did a small error which cost me probably the 1st place. Indeed, I'm 2nd, but these are my best run. To be honest, I spend about 20-30 minutes per track. We have 6 tracks. In total, I took only the best 5 attempts, which are these ones. Obviously, everything looks perfect because I tried probably 100 of times for each track, and as you can imagine, the game is extremely tough. But here, hopefully, I should be first. Obviously, this is not my best. I have to tell you something. As you notice, when I did the TrackA, every time I do my best time, I put on the bottom left of the screen that is my best time with a score. Obviously, this is not my best run. I still show you for educational purposes and also to walk through the game. So, as I said, this game was developed by Acid Software. Acid Software, they never disappointed me. Never. They did very good games. As I said, this is the best time. You see, here I'm gonna be first, and I'm gonna complete the entire track in 43.2 seconds with the best lap of 10 seconds. So, As I said, Acid Software, they never disappointed me. I played quite few games from them, so I remember they did Center Court in 1995 with Roadkill, which was also a fantastic overhead racing game. They also did Theme Park, which a game which I know was very, very well rated by the magazine, and then Woody World, which was a fantastic platformer from them, developed in 1993. As I said, this is my best score. So the score for this it would be 632 points. This will be for TrackB. This was amazing result. So I love I'm playing, I didn't tell you, I'm playing the 32 CD32 version. This was very a special run because you get rid of all this disk swapping. With the Amiga version, Amiga 500, you had to swap like 8-9 discs, which was really a pain. But now we are already in TrackC. I would like to tell you many things about this game. The fact that the video is very short, it's only 35 minutes. So I also want to tell you about some tricks. For example, here you have to loop like that. You have to turn left, and then you have to turn left again, and then left. This is always left. You have to go left. It looks like the infinite. Always on the left. You have to keep turning always on the left side, but doing it very, very quickly. But probably this is one of the easiest. See, you also jump on the ramp. I found this level extremely easy because you just need to keep pressing the pad on the left, to do like that. You always do like this, left. For me, the TrackC is one of the easiest, to be honest. There is not much to remember, as long as you always turn left. This was an amazing game. That imagine playing this with your friends, and on the high resolution mode you can play up with 8 friends simultaneously. Probably that's why this game was extremely successful. The reason why I really wanted to play it in the competition is because back in the days I had the disc version, the one on the Amiga 500, which I had to keep swapping the discs all the time. So it was a little bit boring, obviously, waiting so long just to load a track. I think the entire game contains 32 tracks if you have all the discs. So we are only playing the first 6 tracks, and we only play best times. We are not playing the championship mode. So hopefully I'm gonna show you now my best time for TrackC. I think it was not this one. I think I did a little bit better. I'm showing you my attempt from the worst to the best. So if I don't show you best time, means that this was not my best attempt. So this is the track probably which I enjoy the most. So this is always turn left. It's the turn left track, we can call it. Always left. So yeah, it's a very nice design. I loved it. It's very, very clever the way they build a ramp that you can jump and keep turning left. So yeah, it reminded me a little bit Indianapolis 500. Wasn't that game? You had to keep turning left all the time. So yeah, I think I reached, was first, but it was not my best. I think my best was around 43 seconds. We will see now. Okay, this is still not my best. Okay, so I can tell you a little bit more then about the game. So I was telling you about the tracks, and I was telling you about the skid marks, which are caused by the tire when you run at this very crazy speed. So the tracks are made deliberately small because the developer, they want you to master very well, especially when the track becomes very crowded. So how can you bash against other cars without losing the control of the car? It's all about bumping other cars basically in this game. Okay, so let's see how it went. I think I was first, but this is even worse than the previous one. Okay, I think I'm showing you quite few attempts of TrackC. TrackC. I would imagine how would have been fun this game if back in the days I could have played it with friends. This was absolutely amazing. I think in the beginning, the middle of 90s, I remember there was internet. So, but I never connected my Amiga with a friend to play this game. Now, the concept of today now is so common. I see my son playing Brawl Stars every day with friends or with strangers. The online playing now is so common, but this was advanced for that time. We're talking about 31 years ago, 1995, which is absolutely unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. So this is still another attempt, which I think in this one was the easiest. This was the easiest track. So I would say that the track, this one, is the easiest. TrackC. Possibly one of the easiest track. And in fact, this is probably going to be one of the best time that I'm going to do among all the tracks. Obviously, I mean, probably not the fastest laps, but definitely this is one of the tracks which I learned in a very relatively short amount of time with Rippy. It's relatively easy to learn and to memorize, as long as you go turn left, left, left all the time. So I didn't have any problem whatsoever. So yeah, unfortunately in this game with Rippy, I'm playing Rippy now, you need to learn, memorize the track extremely well. There is no way that, I mean, you can play against them. They will bump you out of the road. I mean, they will push you to the walls. Yeah, this is the best time. I'm gonna do now 43.6 seconds. So this is gonna be my best time for TrackC. And let's see how did it go. I'm really satisfied about this performance. Look at this, I did almost 0 mistakes. But remember, I played it hundreds of times, so don't think that you will do this on your first attempt. Use this video as a guideline. So I'm just commenting now my footage, and I'm extremely happy with it. I remember I had to delete so many bad runs. So this was my best one, which was 43.6. Absolutely amazing. I'm very happy with this. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Okay, now we are gonna start TrackB. This is probably one of the most beautiful designs because I love the green. And now we are racing on the sand, but the principle is the same. So we are gonna leave a lot of skid marks on the road caused by the wheels. Here is very difficult because here you have these piles of sands, so the car really lose the control. Very tricky. You need to slow down there. So here, as I said, you need to use a different strategy. This is a kind of ramp. Here is probably the place where you can have a little bit of advantage above the computer. This part, where the computer slows down a little bit. But here they are better. The computer knows very well how to do the corners. This is the most difficult things to learn. Probably I really struggled. They keep the right line on the corners is probably the most challenging part in the game, especially when you have a lot of cars around you. So that's why my recommendation, if you play this game, don't start with Rippy straight away. First, you need to learn very well the easier level, like classic, or like even Slipery is very easy. But this one is the maximum level of difficulty. We are playing this on the Lemon Amiga competition, so I'm playing this one because it's the only way to get the maximum score. To get the maximum score on this game, you need to play the fastest speed and try to get the fastest possible time. Obviously, I had too many failures on TrackC. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna show you many wins. This was my only win, actually, which I had. I know I could do much better. I did 43 seconds on C, which was one of the easiest. The best time on D is only 50 seconds. Unfortunately, this one was, I struggled a lot. So look, they bumped on me. Luckily, I was able to overtake him. I think at some point I should overtake him. Probably here on the ramp. Yeah, here is where you can get a little bit slightly edge on the computer, because the computer slows down on that lamp, but I do it at the maximum speed, and then when the car flies you can turn immediately to the left. So I won with a little bit of luck, but this, unfortunately, I could improve it if I try more, but I'm happy with 50 seconds. The score is 716. Let's move on now on the next track, which will be the track number 4. We select number 4. Sorry, number 5. Number 5. A, B, C, D, E. This is track E. The previous one was B. E, I did it with Slipery. E is absolutely difficult with Rippy. I couldn't do it in any ways. So unfortunately, we are now driving on the sand, which is the very similar surface of TrackC, which is the easiest track. But unfortunately, this one has got the first loop there, which is almost impossible to pass with Rippy. So let's see what I can do with Slipery. Obviously with Slipery the game is extremely easy because all the opponents are very far away from you. Obviously they race much to a speed which is much slower than yours. So probably I would advise, if you want to start learning the game, the best is to learn the game with Slipery. After you are learned all the different corners, all the tricks, all the different possible strategy, then you can try Rippy. But fortunately, I was not able to win any race with Rippy. So now I'm showing you the TrackE with Slipery. And I think I won many races on TrackE with Slipery. So here you also need to be very cautious, because your car is much faster than the other cars, but you still need to try to avoid them, especially on the start. If you have a bad start, just press escape and start again. Even with Slipery, the start is very hard. Unfortunately, here I didn't do a fantastic time. I'm not extremely happy about the time here because it was over a minute. I think my best time here was approximately like a minute and 5 seconds. This can be done maybe below a minute with Slipery, but as you can see, this game, which annoys me, the most annoying part of the game, which really annoys me, is when you hit at a very high speed an obstacle, the car literally slows down, sometimes even stops. So that's why it's really, really difficult, this game. So you need to avoid cars, of course, because they bump on you, they push you out of the line. But also you need to avoid obstacles and borders. If you hit a border, literally the car stamp on it and get blocked, and it doesn't move. So which really annoyed me a lot. I played other game like ATR, All Terrain Racing, and it was not that difficult. I mean, when you hit an obstacle, you can even go outside the road and then go back. You don't get blocked, so keep running. But I told you that the challenge of this game that you look like you are locked inside this very tiny track, no? Which you have to be very cautious about. All the obstacles, see the border there. Don't touch anything literally. So you need to learn how to go through this tunnel. Imagine you are driving inside a tunnel, and you must avoid other cars at all cost, and also try to avoid corners. So try to stay in the middle of the track all the time. But it's not easy because you have all these hills, and the terrain is not plain basically. It's not just all these bends, but also this level. So it's, you look at this. You need to do it also at a certain speed, because if you don't do it fast, the car doesn't have enough speed to pass that corner, which is not plain. Yeah, basically, driving in the sand is not easy at all. This was my best time. Was actually 1 minute. This is not the best time. So yeah, as I said, sometimes I put not in the from worst to best. This is the way I did it. So this is gonna be basically not less than a minute and probably 6 seconds. This was my second best attempt, basically. Yeah, but it's a good learning curve. It's good to see how to play TrackE with Slipery. Then we are gonna do the final TrackF using Rippy again, so I will show you as soon as I will complete this one. Something that I didn't tell you, on the Lemon Amiga competition we are playing the best times, and we are playing on 4 laps. So when we see total times a minute, means that I did each lap in 15 seconds. So 15-16 seconds was my average time. So here it shows you, see, when you complete, it shows you the best time, which is not easy to read because it's white on white. It's a little bit not accessible. Not because I'm blind, it's just because displaying white color on white board. Yeah, it was 1:05. The other one I think was a little bit better. Unfortunately, I couldn't do it in less than a minute, but it is what it is. Now I'm gonna change the car back to Rippy. Now we try Rippy, which is the fastest speed on the track number 6. So we are gonna read from the CD. I'm playing the Amiga 32 version, and now we are gonna go on the snow. This is the TrackF, which I would say is less difficult than TrackE. Here I was able actually to win quite a few times, and I learned it in a very relatively short amount of time. So let's see how did it go. So the surface is you drive on the sand. This is like a terrain made of sand. It looks like sand, no? Yeah. So, and we are on the snow. It's winter time, basically. Graphically, I prefer the green, but racing in the cold, it's okay. I mean, the gameplay is identical. I mean, it doesn't make any difference, the weather, the weather. So, I mean, we're talking about a game which was developed 36 years ago, so I'm very happy with the result, to be honest. So I know they made their best. Graphically is excellent. This game was very highly praised on the magazine. Actually, I didn't tell you. Did I tell you the average rating for the AGA version? The average magazine review was 80%, and Amiga Power gave 86% for the AGA version, but they gave 92% to the CD version. Obviously, the improvement for the CD, they didn't make a lot of improvement in terms of graphics for the CD32, but the massive improvement was the speed of the load. So on the CD32, obviously, you didn't have to swap disk all the time. So that's why it was loading much faster. But in the overall, the game on the Amiga 500 was identical to the CD version. And I remember 1995 was towards the end of life of the Amiga. Unfortunately, they made the Amiga 32, CD32, but they didn't make any new games. They were just releasing games on the Amiga 500 and just make them on the CD32, but there was nothing special. We are talking about this 1995, 1996. Yeah, it was no great success, the Amiga 32, and then it was the end of the Amiga, unfortunately. But possibly the reason why they did it, because maybe it was so easy to copy discs, but obviously the company, they wanted people to buy the CD-ROMs. So, but you have to tell me if you can play the game using copying the discs, why would you buy the CD32 version? That's why I would say, I have to admit, I agree with the magazine review. The CD32 is much better in terms of experience. So now, after 36 years, I really recommend you, if you can play this game on an emulator, just use the CD32. So that it's not just swapping disk, it's just the speed. You don't need to wait any load. Even though with an emulator you can increase the speed of the floppy disk, even though it's not guaranteed that it will work with any game, but this is what people recommend. But to be honest, I never tell you, the reason why I start playing the Amiga games is because I start playing a lot of games on the CD32 version. Actually, I downloaded on the archive.org a collection of over 200 games, all grouped on a massive CD, which actually didn't take a lot of space on the disk. So today it was less than 300 megabytes, and it contains over 200 of the best Amiga games, and all on the CD32 version. Which then I discovered that the CD32 version was identical to the Amiga version. So we are talking about still Amiga games. I didn't notice any difference, but obviously for us it's a dream to play an Amiga game which has got a zero loading speed. Especially if you play on the Lemon Amiga competition, you don't want to wait the disk to keep loading. So I know there is a difference between the AGA and a version which is no AGA. The AGA version has a little bit more colors, but the gameplay is identical. So but I didn't notice much difference between a CD32 version. Oh wow, we are already the best time. Wow. I was talking to you about history, not history, my personal experience with the Amiga, and I never had the fortune to have a CD32, and yeah, for me it's a dream, yeah, really, to play a 32. Even though sometimes I love to play the original Amiga 500. That was a gift that I had from my mom. My mom died recently in December, so every time I play the original Amiga 500, I still remember she gifted me that computer because I was playing too much, spending too much money on the arcade, so she had to buy me the Amiga. I'm very grateful to my mom that she did me. Probably was one of the best gifts that I received in my life. So please tell me if you love this video, and yes, I will see you on the next one. Please give me a like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye bye.